Several investigations are underway into the cause of a train crash at Craigieburn last night that left 5 people in hospital. A suburban train careered into the back of a stationary freight train. Peter Morris is at the scene tonight. Peter, there's no doubt this could have been catastrophic.
Quite incredible when you think about it, Mitch. Another 15 or 20 Ks in this, and we could have been looking at a range of life-threatening injuries, if not fatalities. And we understand that this particular Comminge train is the same as the one that was involved in a collision at Holmesglen railway station 10 years ago. And what investigators are now trying to find out is why something so routine, so straightforward, went so wrong. It was one of those things that should never happen. A northbound passenger train ploughing into the back of a stationary goods train being held at a red signal. There were just 14 on board. At least 5 passengers were injured when the impact sent them flying.
The whole house shook. My daughter thought that there was an earthquake.
Those living nearby ran to help, calling emergency services as they tried to comfort the injured, the youngest a 15-year-old girl.
Inside the train, I saw one lady was laying down. Someone was assisting her. There was another guy sitting on the couch. He was bleeding out. He couldn't move.
I say thanks God, it could have been worse if the train was really, really fast.
Paramedics assess several passengers as having potential spinal injuries, taking their time to immobilise them before they were carefully moved to waiting ambulances. Miraculously, the driver of the passenger train, who bore the brunt of the impact, received only a superficial head wound.
He was actually the last one to leave the scene. He made sure all the passengers had left before he left the scene. A bit like the old captain going down with his ship.
Daylight revealed substantial damage to both trains, several of the passenger train's carriages hard up against one another. Had the impact been any greater, there's no doubt the outcome would have been much worse.
I've had this fear for a long period of time, given the condition of the metropolitan rail network.
Investigators will look at signalling, the mechanics of the trains and the behaviour of the metro driver as they try to establish the cause.
You're aware that the driver was injured and he needs some time to recover from his injuries before we can speak with him.
I want to know what the cause of the incident was. I'm sure Metro want to know what the cause of the incident was.
Well, we're devastated that people have been injured on our network, and I assure you we'll get to the bottom of why this has happened.
But 7 News understands there was no fault with any of the rail infrastructure or the trains involved. Tonight, the Craigieburn line remains closed as the salvage operation continues. Peter Morris, 7 News.